Hi, this is Eric Dahl, and first of all, I just want to congratulate you for making the decision to schedule an automation marketing consultation. I think you will be absolutely blown away by the insights you get about your marketing, especially online marketing. So it's going to be great. I'm super, super excited. With that, a question I always get on the call, and I just don't have time to really go into it. So I want to create a video of about it because I think it's important to understand and start with the end in mind. What is the purpose of this automation marketing consultation? What are we doing? Apart from just paying a great offer, great deal, and doing a great consultation call and getting some information. Really, what is the whole point of this whole thing? And so I really want you guys to understand the kind of the vision behind what we do here at Dahl Integration Marketing and understand what it is that we do as an agency and how we could help you reach all of your marketing and sales goals this year. Okay. So the first thing, a lot of, and we work with different size businesses, right? So the sweet spot for us is someone who, or I'd say a company who is doing very well, but they don't have a digital marketing department, right? So that's the kind of the key. So it doesn't really matter how big your company is. If you don't have a digital marketing department already, then that's kind of where our goal is. We want to fill that gap eventually. So of course we don't start that way. We start with running a Facebook advertising campaign, and I don't want to limit us just to Facebook advertising. This is where it is right now. At the start of this video, our focus is Facebook because we figure the next 3 to 5 years, Facebook is going through this evolution in terms of how effective it is. So it's a really great time for our clients to really capitalize on the success of Facebook and its advertising platform. So we're focusing on that as part of our vehicle and vehicle for our clients to get mad results with their advertising and marketing. So that's our focus. But I want to limit ourselves. So yeah, we're just a Facebook agency. We just run Facebook campaigns. That's really not what it's about. Really we are literally a digital marketing department, right, for you in a box. Right? Things are happening so quick, happening so fast. Most businesses just don't have the luxury to go out there and spend $100,000, $200,000 on the right people to fill a digital marketing agency. Plus, things are just moving so quick that it's almost better to have a smaller kind of elite team. Like the SEAL team, for example. It's kind of how I look at Dahl Integration Marketing. We're a small team, but we live and breathe digital marketing, and we're constantly improving and changing our services based on what's going on in the market. So we're fast, we're quick to implement and change depending on what's going on in the marketplace. So I think that's a really important thing to think of. So we're literally your digital marketing department. It's a way to look at that. And the other part of this too is just you might not have the of course the budget for a big digital marketing department, for example, or all the people to staff it. The other thing is just time. There might be all these campaigns or ideas you've been wanting to try out, as a business, and you just haven't had the resources in-house to be able to do that, and so we can come in and help you with that. For example, our Facebook service, you may not have time. Even though you know how to do that, maybe you don't have time internally to run your own Facebook ad campaigns, right? So let's say you're pretty adept at running advertising, but you just don't have time. Or you like to run an email campaign, but again, you don't have time to set it up, and you don't want to do the research. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? So time is a big part of what we do too. Is just to help our clients, save them time on certain things, so that they're able to focus on where their core competency is, right? So if you're an IT company or if you're a financial planner, that's your core competency. It's not advertising, it's not marketing. And so we're able to come in and back you up there. Okay. So I think it's really important. And the mission of Dahl Integration Marketing is to provide businesses, and I'll go as far as to say real businesses, local businesses, not just the information marketing business that's out there right now, but the actual everyday business that needs leads and needs sales, need actual bodies in the store, for example, or actual appointments, real life actual appointments. those are our best clients, right? So that's what we're gearing everything we do on, is that right there. So we want to get your marketing done for you. That's it. And there's a ladder of success, and I'll go through that here in just a minute. First, though, let me just give you the blueprint, the Dahl marketing blueprint. So you're starting the consultation right here. Here it says the marketing funnel consultation. So anyway, this is just a general kind of overview, right? To give you an illustration, a picture of where we're trying to take your business in the future. Okay, so I think it's really important before we even sit down in this automation marketing consultation. I want you to get a clear picture of what that is. So when we do this this automation marketing consultation, which is the first one, so start here, marketing. It says marketing funnel consultation, so a little typo, whatever, but you get the idea. So we start there, and then from there we go into the Facebook conversion system service, and I usually like to refer to it as Facebook conversion service. So we do that. We launch a campaign for you. Okay, that's successful. Everything's going great. And then we go into what we call the traffic generation stage. Okay, so we do a monthly Facebook conversion service. So every month we're working on your campaigns. We're optimizing them. We're moving through and doing those things. And then we're the second stage was called conversion mastery. And then we start talking about content marketing. We start blogging for you with your collaboration, with your help. We start to go into the content side. Excuse me. So we go into the content side of this, and then from there, we also adopt Infusionsoft in this part here. So hopefully you guys can actually see my cursor here. So and I will back up here because really the fast start, typically it takes between 0 and 14 days. So from the moment you guys pull the trigger and say, yes, we want to try the Facebook conversion service trial, right? We pull the trigger and we start there. We actually host Infusionsoft, so you don't have to worry about that right away. We just we get everything set up. We use Bluehost as our hosting, and we have a whole web development strategy behind that. So we focus on that. We do those things. And then typically within 15 days, we actually launch your first campaign. And then after 30 days, we know if it's going to make money. We know if we're on the right track. We know whether this is going to be a good fit or not. And so then we just continue with the service. And that's what that traffic generation piece is. So we start here. So the goal really is to provide that ongoing support for your advertising, but then also look for ways to scale, right? And that's why we have those additional services. We have the conversion mastery service, we have the authority ROI service. And those are all services that in a later date I can talk to you guys more about. And then we also have web development. And in a minute, when I go through ladder of success, I'll explain to you why I look at web development as a later importance. Like I don't look at it as a priority like a lot of companies do. I look at web development as just a way of authority boosting. Okay, you're at this point now where you can start to boost your authority because you have enough people on your email list. You have enough of a audience now that you can now start looking at your web development process. Okay, or strategy is probably a better word for it. And from there, we go heavily into video marketing. And the reason why video marketing is later in the game is just because of the cost. It's really expensive, for a third-party company like ourselves to run in and provide the video marketing. And when I say video marketing, I mean everything from the equipment to the editing to the acting to the voiceover work, all those things. Sometimes we'll record on site. Like a certain demographic. We like a nice area, nice environment. We'll go scout locations. Those kinds of things are very costly. It's all worth it. It's all worthwhile, but it is costly. That's why the video marketing piece is later in the road. However, let's say we want to introduce video earlier in the process. We do have some options there. like more affordable options for some of these video services, so we can actually plug them in earlier in the process. We can also coach you. So maybe you want to do it. You want to create a PowerPoint presentation, you want to record it, kind of like I'm doing here. Those kinds of things. We can coach you on what technology you need, those kinds of things. So we can still add video in there. It just depends on how involved you want us to be. So, and the more involved we are, of course, the more expensive that is, on your end. And I'll say it's an investment, really, more or less. You want it done right. You want it done right the first time. But it's later in the game, because I just think that video is really important. But it's very important to get the campaign in place that's actually making money, having the technology in place that's actually helping you make it all automated. Then before you start going, okay, yeah, we're ready to go, we can start really investing in all these other media. So that's how I laid it out this way. Okay, and then towards the end you'll see the Ultimate Authority Toolbox. And this is where we start doing things like, we create your own special report, you create your own book. We do video courses, we create the membership sites. So we start taking your expertise and we start packaging that expertise as part of your product and services. Okay, so we're going kind of information marketing side. And I will tell you that we do a lot of content-based marketing to begin with. It's just when we get to this area where we start trying to look at you as an expert. And in some industries want to go this route and some don't. And that's why it's towards the end, because this is where, in general, I think maybe 2% of the clientele will be interested in this piece where we start talking about the expert side. But you can also see here in terms of time, what's the time frame on this? So, after that first month, we expect to get a positive ROI going. And then, the first couple months, we start looking into the content marketing side of things. And then when we hit the 6-month area is when we start looking at web development. After about a year, we start looking at really beefing up your video marketing. And then shortly after that, we start looking at your expertise. Start looking at where we start to, and this is almost like a whole other business in a way that we're going to be opening up for you. But you're going to see that it helps everything else that you do, because now you're an authority. When you have a book, when you have a course, it just changes the game in that regard in terms of how the marketplace views you. Okay, so all this work that we're putting in is really just for one purpose, and that's to grow your business. Get more appointments, get more sales, more demonstrations, more consultations, more coaching sessions, on and on. So that's the blueprint. This is what we're trying to do. When we sit down for this automation marketing consultation, keep this in mind. This is where we're taking it. And each time you spend $1 with Dahl Integration Marketing, my goal is to give you back $2 to $3 back in your pocket. So you want to reinvest and reinvest. You want to say, man, every time I give Dahl Integration Marketing money, I always make more money back. That's really the goal. That is the objective of all this.